it's time to do a collection video! Okay, so right here I have all my NES games. I have quite a few of them as of now. I play them on this, the Nintendo Entertainment System, and here's the limited bulk dual manual that's just kind of sitting. And I play them also on this, which is a 31 flipping inch tube, and it is amazing. These are my games. I have a couple box, but we're not going to talk about those for now. I have a tripod that I'm going to use to make this video. I have Friday playing in the background for a stupid joke. And we're going to be doing it right now. Let's do it. Okay, right off the bat, you got this game, Alfred Chicken. I did a review on this game. It is not... It's terrible, although I would not pay $29.99 for it. Yes, I did in fact pay $30 for a mediocre NES game to cash in on Sonic the Hedgehog. Yes, this is a legit thing that happened, even not too long ago, so I obviously knew better, but I decided to pick it up because I never see Alfred Chicken ever. I don't know, it's kind of expensive now. Battletoads! Ah! Okay, so Battletoads is a video game where you control as Toads the battle. It's the easiest freaking game ever made. I have no idea why people say that the Turbo Tunnel's hard, because it's not! It's not hard, guys! You got Bomberman 2 right here, completely neglecting to pick up Bomberman 1, because this game is super expensive nowadays as well. You know, you got Caesar's Palace going on, Castlevania, Clue Land. I have no idea what this game is. It's probably really common though. You got Death Race going on. Double Strike, which is an American video entertainment game. You can see this guy's nose right here. You probably wouldn't be able to find this anywhere else on any cartridge, because only intelligent people show NES covers of people's upper nose. And next to that monstrosity, you have games like Dr. Mario, I just knocked my tripod, and another American video entertainment game, this time F-15 City War. They obviously took some like LSD or something while they made this game, because it's generic! I want to see people's noses on covers of games! That's what LSD is, right? Here you have Felix the Cat. This game is okay, but it's not that fantastic. At least just compared to Fire and Ice, which, spoiler alert, I'm doing a review of currently. Although I didn't really conceal that fact very well. You got Flying Dragon right over here. This is a very mediocre game. Up next to it, we have a turquoise game, Galactic Crusader. That one's also pretty mediocre. And then you got a good line of good games. Outside of Goonies 2, this game is the most overrated thing ever. Schmidt agrees. But yeah, you got Gauntlet going on, you got Ghosts and Goblins, which a lot of people hate this game with a burning passion. I like it. I can get to stage 5 pretty consistently nowadays. I don't know, I'm a really big fan of Ghosts and Goblins for the NES. No one else is, though. This game. This one right here. This exists. It's Tetris with, you know, just a few hats, not too many. Because if you have too many hats in a NES game, that's just not a good idea. Yeah, Heroes of the Lance going on right here. The first of 4 AD&D games for the Nintendo Entertainment System, and joke's on you if you thought that this was the only one, because no, there are 3 more. Only intelligent people, again, only intelligent people would go, hey, that Heroes of the Lance game, it completely flopped, everybody hated it. We need to make 3 sequels to the darn game to capitalize on the AD&D series. Not surprisingly, all the rest of them are fairly uncommon. And you got ice hockey. You got it. Jetsons Cogswell's Caper. This game's uncommon. Let's zoom out a little bit so you can see the entire cover to its fullest extent. Jetsons Cogswell's Caper is not a bad game. At all. It's okay. It's not the greatest game ever made. It's a pretty unknown platformer though, so, you know, just fork over like $100 and you too can enjoy a semi-decent action game. You got Kid Icarus, Kirby, Kung Fu, that one's Clax right there. And you got Legend of Zelda, which again is kind of overrated. Here you got Little Nemo, Dream Master. This is probably the hardest game I've ever beaten on NES, and keep in mind, I've beaten Mega Man 1, I've gotten super duper, I got into the final boss of Ninja Gaiden, yeah, this game's really hard. It's really good though, so pick it up. Little Nemo Dream Master, guys. It's a game. the uninteresting trilogy of boringness. You got Marble Madness going on right here, which I really like Marble Madness. It's, again, I can beat this game practically blindfolded. You got Mario is Missing, which is a game. Got Mega Man, which is also a game. I like it. Everyone just kind of skips over it and goes to Mega Man's 2 and 3 though. You got Metal Storm, although you wouldn't be able to know that from the end label because someone decided to completely mutilate this one, probably run over it with a train, and then leave it hanging for another 19 years. I don't know, Metal Storm's alright, although I would not, repeat not, play this game at the expense of like $100 flippin' or whatever it's going for nowadays. So don't pay that much for this game. Although it is pretty good. You got Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! I've beaten that one and I have barely touched it since, although this one's probably in my top 5 video games on the NES ever. You got Ninja Gaiden right here. I really love Ninja Gaiden. I should have picked it up sooner. You got Ninja Kid, which is a really stupid game. And then you got Pradicus Conflicts right here. You got Orb 3D, Fox's Peter Pan with Pirates, Pictionary. This is kind of just like my bad section of games, although I really don't think Pictionary is that awful. And then you got Pool of Radiance, another AT&T game. This was the first sequel of 3. The other ones are Dragon's Fire and Flippin' Hellspar, which is way too expensive. Pretty much all the ones beyond Heroes of the Lance are pretty expensive. I digress though! It's kind of surprising because a lot of people, like the last 3 AT&T games are usually like the last 200 games are usually in that category of the last 200 games you ever pick up to complete your collection. Although for me, I actually picked up Pool of Radiance first and then Heroes of the Lands like not even too terribly long ago. I got this game in like 2014 and man, kind of overpaid for it, but that's okay. It's just kind of, you never find the AT&T games out in the wild. You don't even find Heroes of the Lands that much. And then you got RC Pro, yeah, remember Rad Racer and Rolling Thunder. Rolling Thunder, by the way, was owned by Bilbo Baggins. Every copy of Rolling Thunder was owned by Bilbo Baggins at least one point or another. And as you probably caught on, right next to it is the fairly uncommon stack up. Donkey Kong Jr. Math can eat me, although I am getting pretty close to completing the launch title set. I think I have like 4 or 5 more. 4 more if you're not counting Donkey Kong Jr. Math, which I don't because I don't want that game. And then here you have Stanley, the Search for Dr. Livingston, which is not too terribly common. I need a sleeve for it because the manual is just kind of chilling here. In case, if I ever want to play Stack Up again, the manual is just gonna go all over the place and probably fly across the room. And then you got Super Mario Brothers 2, Duck Hunt, and no collection is complete without 2 copies of Super Mario Brothers 2. The pronunciation of Mario is going all over the place. Then you got Super Mario Brothers 3 right here. I said like another game is the most overrated game of all time. No, this one is, and there are only like 7 other people in the universe that agree with me. Super Mario Bros. 3 is still freaking overrated. Then you got Super Pitfall. I don't know, it's a broken mess. You got Swords and Serpents, which is a dungeon crawler, and I'm not really into dungeon crawlers necessarily. You got Target, Renegade, Tennis, Terminator 2, Tetris 2, Toxic Crusaders. Nobody likes this game except for me. I think it's bad in like a fun way. I know it's not really well made, but I don't know. I actually do really like Toxic Crusaders for some reason. And also the music is really good for that game. And then here's a game that I can fully consent is freaking awful. That being Treasure Master. This game is so awful, although the music is so good. Then you got Wario's Woods. It's not a bad game, you know. It's pretty good. It has a battery pack. Only like 8 NES games by Nintendo that have a battery pack, which is kind of surprising that it had this kind of budget because, you know, it was released in like December 94, December 10th, I think, of 94. That's pretty late in Nintendo's lifespan. It was just like that and like freaking Mega Man 6. Those are the only big budget titles by Nintendo in the 94s. I guess, because English. Then you got Wizards and Warriors 3 right here, not too terribly common. And then last, but not least, you got Wrecking Crew. Oh yes. Then you got my boxed NES games. Also, you should probably just, like, put Eliminator, Bolt Duel, and, what was the other one? Space Shuttle Project, in here, because I'm waiting for those to get here, because I found them for, like, pretty decent deals on the interwebs. Anyways, other than those games, you got Adventure Island right here, Caesar's Palace, you got Death Race going on, that was not too terribly common. You got Marble Madness, Super Pitfall. I don't know, the box art for this one is kind of funky fresh. Same awful game though. You got Swords and Serpents, Tetris 2, again, same awful game. And this box was in, like, mint shape. And then you got Wario's Woods, which is not a terribly common box either. So that was my NES collection, guys. I'm gonna take you off the tripod for a second. That was it. That was all, like, 86 of my NES games. He's crazy how many NES games I have. You can count them if you want, but I have no idea why you would. Until then, I'm gonna be playing some Radical Rex only on the Super Nintendo. This ending was so freaking dumb.